Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to my lecturer Puan Nurmaiza and my friends. First of all, I want to thank to my lecturer for giving us a chance to be here to present about Traverse Total Station in Engineering Survey. And before we start our presentation, allow me to introduce my group members. Starting with me, my name is Nulaina Amili binti Hanizam, my metric number 01DKA21F1072, and my friends Cik Susmawani binti Cik Kamarudin 01DKA21F1085, Rushidwani binti Muhammad Zain 01DKA21F1190, and Harul Eka bin Muhammad Fuad 01DKA21F1150. Next, I going to pass to next presenter, Cik Susmawani.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Cik Susmawani binti Cik Kamarudin. My registration number 01DKA21F1085. Introduction of Traverse Survey. Traversing is a sort of survey in which the framework is made up of a series of connected survey lines, and the directions and lengths of the survey lines are measured using an angle measuring device and a tape or chain respectively. Traverse Total Station. Traverse Total Station have divided to closed traverse and open traverse. Closed traverse is closed traversal occurs when the line creates a circuit that terminates at beginning. Next, open traverse is an open traversals occurs when the line forming a circuit terminates somewhere other than the beginning location. Okay, next, theory of traverse survey. First, connected survey lines from the framework and the directions and length of the survey lines measured by angle measurement instrument and tape. Second, when the lines from a circuit which ends at the starting point, it is known as closed traverse. If the circuit ends elsewhere, it is said to be an open traverse. Number 3, the closed traverse is suitable for locating the boundaries of lakes, grounds, city maps, and many others. And for the last one, for the survey of longer area, whereas open traverse is suitable for surveying a long narrow strip of land as required for a road or canal or the coastline. Objective of traverse survey. Total station traversing is one way for obtaining horizontal surveying control with traverse in order to provide a single system of control points on a map or plan. When we need to design a construction's details, such as a site, the control points of traverse may be used to define the center point of buildings, roads, and so on. Total station traversing, which is horizontal control of surveying, can achieve the following. Number 1, to be able to enter data into a table. Number 2, to learn how to utilize the total station and appropriately get readings. Number 3, to determine the internal angle of the working sector. Number 4, to compute the traversal points coordinates. Number 5, to understand how to correctly position the total station in the operating sector. And for the last one, number 6, total move the bearing on each pointing station in the operating sector.
Thank you to Cik Susmawani. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nulaina Amili binti Hanizam. Next, I will explain about the equipment in Traverse Total Station. Firstly, we have theodolite. Theodolite is used to measure horizontal and vertical angles as used in triangulation networks. It is a tool used in surveying and engineering industry, but theodolite has been adapted for other specialized purposes as well. The next equipment is total station. Total station is a tool that used to measure the head of distance places in respect to reference point, and it is a multi-purpose surveying instrument based on electronic distance measurement, which is EDM. The next is tripod. Tripod is a device used to support theodolites, total station, levers, and transit, among other surveying equipment, and as a tool to stabilize it during the shear measurement work is carried out. Next is prism. Prism is used to reflect the electronic distance measurement, which is EDM beam, from a total station. The EDM beam is reflected back to the total, which allows for both a more accurate measurement and a longer range that the measurement can be made. And the next equipment is prismatic compass. Prismatic compass is a navigation and surveying tool that is widely used to determine the bearing of the travelling and angles between them, waypoints and direction. Next is hammer. Hammer is used as a tool for knocking and immersing the picket into ground to be used as a sign before the measurement work started. And the last is picket. Picket is used to mark location in surveying or actually as a defense when pointed at the top. Next, based on the figure 1, I will explain the field work procedure. Firstly, we went to the field and inspect the entire region and determine the best course of action. Number 2, place the total station tools at position 2. Point the total station tool to prism 1 where its position is at 1. Set the bearing value of 125 degrees 30 minutes and 0 seconds obtained from the compass to the total station tools. The result show the distance from 1 to 2 is 78.408 meter. Number 3, keep the cross in the left position. Point the number of station at 2 to prism 2 where a position at 3. The bearing obtained is 199 degrees 18 minutes 40 seconds, and after checking the distance obtained from point 2 to 3 is 83.212 meter. Number 4, total station is then placed at station 3 while the prism is placed at station 4. The front bearing has been recorded at 277 degrees 6 minutes and 10 seconds, and the distance obtained from 3 to 4 is 52.811 meter. Number 5, total station then placed at station 4 while the prism is placed at station 5. The front bearing has been recorded at 333 degrees 70 minutes 10 seconds, and the distance obtained from 4 to 5 is 94.645 meter. Number 6, move the total station tools from 4 to 5 while the prism is placed at station 1. The front bearing has been recorded at 90 degrees 30 minutes 0 seconds, and the results have shown that the distance from 5 to 1 is 67.622 meter. Number 7, finally, record the information into a book of a left cross-section and right cross-section.
This is a data collection. Here I will show our diagram of traverse survey from my group. So look at the tables. We got the bearing and length. From station 1 to station 2, the bearing is 125.3000 and the length is 78.408. Next, from station 2 to station 3, the bearing is 199.1840 and the length is 83.212. From station 3 to station 4, the bearing is 277.0610 and the length is 52.811. Next, from station 4 to station 5, the bearing is 333.1710 and the length is 94.645. And last, from station 5 to station 1, the bearing is 60.3000 and the length is 67.622. Okay, this is our data collection tables. And for the data calculation, I will pass to Harid Aikal.
Okay, terima kasih kepada Cik Susmawani. Nama saya Rizal Bima Fuad. Nama pendaftaran saya ialah 01DKA21F1150. Okey, saya akan meneruskan dengan pembentangan ini. So untuk line nombor 2, bearingnya ialah 125 degree 45 minit dan 20 saat dan jaraknya ialah 78.409. So latitude yang pertama diterdapat ialah negatif 45.817, manakala untuk dibacanya ialah 63.670. Okey, untuk final latitude ni kita dapat ialah negatif 45.812. Okey, untuk final dibaca pula kita dapat 63.628. Okey, untuk koordinat, yang pertama ialah kita dapat 454.188 dan yang kedua kita dapat 563.628. Okey, untuk line yang ketiga, bearing yang diberi ialah 199 degree, 18 minit dan 40 saat. Bila jaraknya ialah 83.212, manakala latitude yang kita dapat ialah negatif 78.530 dan departure ialah negatif 27.518. Okey, untuk final latitude kita dapat yang pertama ialah negatif 78.524, yang kedua untuk departure-nya ialah negatif 27.516. Manakala untuk koordinat yang pertama ialah 41.476 dan yang kedua ialah 472.484. Okey, untuk line yang keempat, bearing yang diberi ialah 277 degree, 6 minit dan 10 saat. Okey, jaraknya yang diberi ialah 52.811, manakala latitude yang kita dapat ialah 6.530 dan departure ialah negatif 52.406. Okey, selepas dikira final latitude yang kita dapat ialah 6.526 dan final departure yang kita dapat ialah negatif 52.404. Koordinat yang kita dapat pula ialah 506.526 untuk yang pertama dan yang kedua ialah 447.596. Okey, untuk line yang kelima, bearingnya ialah 323 degree, 17 minit dan 10 saat. Okey, jaraknya ialah 94.645 dan latitude yang kita dapat ialah 84.43 dan manakala untuk departure ialah negatif 42.550. Okey, selepas dikira final latitude yang kita dapat ialah 84.537 dan final departure yang kita dapat adalah 52.548. Okey, untuk koordinat pula kita dapat nilai 584.537 dan 457.452. Untuk line yang pertama, bearing yang diberi ialah 60 degree 29 minit dan 50 saat dan jaraknya ialah 67.62. Latitude yang kita dapat ialah 33.299 dan departure yang kita dapat adalah 58.854. Manakala selepas dikira final latitude yang kita dapat ialah 33.294, manakala untuk departure ialah 58.852. So koordinat yang kita dapat di sini ialah yang pertama 533.294 dan yang kedua 58.852. Okey, ini di bawah ini adalah nilai-nilai jumlah keseluruhan. Okey, untuk jumlah jarak terdapat 4 atas 44.321. Okey, untuk jumlah latitude yang positif terdapat 124.372 dan latitude yang negatif adalah 124.347. Manakala untuk departure ialah 122.484 dan untuk departure yang negatif ialah 122.474. Okey, yang di bawah ni ialah beza nilai latitude positif dan negatif. So untuk latitude 0.03 bezanya dan manakala untuk departure ialah 0.01. Okey, seterusnya kita akan mencari koordinat area. So jawapannya ialah 1/2 didarabkan dengan koordinat. Kalau dengan koordinat kita akan silangkan. So untuk yang pertama 563.628 kita tambahkan dengan koordinat yang kedua iaitu 454.148 darab dengan 472.484. Seterusnya kita akan tambah 421.476 darab 447.596 tambah 506.526 darab 457.452 tambahkan dengan 584.537 darab 558.82 dan kita akan tolakkan dengan 500 darab 454.188 tambah 563.628 darab 41.46 tambahkan dengan 472.484 darab 506.526 tambah 447.596 didarabkan dengan 584.537 ditambahkan dengan 457.452 darab 553.294. Okey, so dia akan jadi 1/2 dengan dapat jawapan hasil penerapan dan tambah yang pertama ialah 1243.442.538 ditolakkan dengan hasil tambah dan darab yang kedua ialah 120.956 7.935. So kita akan dapat nilai 33874.603. So 1/2 darab 33874.603 kita akan dapat 16,937.301 meter square.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To Puan Maizan, my name is Shazani binti Makzin. My registration number is 01-1F1090. I would like to present about comment, procedure for balancing across traverse and conclusion. Comment. Procedure for balancing across traverse. First is compute sum of the measure, interview angle and balance them. Second azimuth were recorded, then translate them to bearings. Third, compute the latitude and departure of each other courses. And fourth is determine the error of closure, EOC, in both latitude and departure, and the liner of closure. And fifth, determine the ratio of error and compare with the allowable ratio of error. Sixth is compute the correction in latitude and departure using the compass rule if error is allowable, which states the correction in the latitude departure of a course is proportional to the total error in latitude departure as the length of the course is to the perimeter of the traverse. And last is subtract the correction in latitude and departure for each line from the latitude and departure. For the line of obtain the adjusted latitude and departure. We move to the conclusion. In conclusion, the end of the chapter will be able to describe the various components of theodolite. We know how to understand and describe cross-traverse survey. Besides that, we know how to determine the final bearing by using suitable method. Then we have a knowledge of all the equipment required to carry out. And then we know the advantage of bearing in their use in various survey work. We are to be familiar with the checks and error in a closed traverse and solve them. We are also to be familiar with various types and method of traverse surveying, of detailing, and we are know well about the traverse computation and be fluent in it. Finally, we get to know and understand collimation error and how it can be corrected. So this is our effectiveness tip. First is nak beli venti Hanizam. Third part is equipment leveling, fieldwork procedure and video editing. Second is chassis Momani Manager Kamaludin. Third part is introduction, objective and data collection. And third is me, Nushazani binti Mazin. My part is comment, conclusion, effectiveness tip and references. And the last one is Hari Aikal, Ambil Muhammad Fu'ain. His part is analysis data collection. So that's all from us. Thank you.